What's up, my peeps? Thanks for coming back to the channel. This is Alex, Rashid 411, guys. Today, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys regarding how much do you know about your car? And this is for experienced drivers and new drivers and people that there are thinking joining the ride sharing business. All right. And I wanted to make this video because I have bumped into lots of hits out there, especially when I take my car for maintenance. They keep asking me stuff like, when do you change your tires? Or how often do you change your oil? Or how do you know when is the right time to change your brakes? It's stuff like that. Okay, so I wanted to make this video for everybody out there, even if you're a pro ride sharing driver, okay, even if you had so many trips that you have done, even if you've been in the business for 3-4 years like myself, okay, and especially for the new drivers coming in. Okay, so this is what this video we're gonna talk about. Okay, for example, when is the right time to rotate your tires? Okay, or after how many trips or after how many miles is the correct time to switch your tires, front to the back, back to the front? Okay, so that's one of the things that we're going to talk about. Now the second thing, when is the right time to change your oil? Everybody tells you you got to change oil at 3,000 miles. To me, that's too soon. Okay, other persons will tell you 5,000 miles, other persons will tell you 7,000 miles, but we're gonna talk about that also. All right, another major thing is when your engine light comes out. Do you guys know exactly what that means, or do you guys have an idea what your car is telling you when your engine comes on? Okay, so we're gonna cover that also. All right, let's how about brakes? When is the right time to change your brake pads? Or how do you know your car is ready for new brake pads? All right, we're gonna cover all that also. Now, brand new cars are totally different with a little bit older cars. Okay, so there's certain time that you have to change your transmission oil and your power steering oil. Okay, do you guys have an idea when is the right time to do that? All right, so all these things that I'm talking about, these things, usually if you don't have a mechanic that you trust 100%, when you take your car for a regular checkup, all this stuff, lots of mechanics that like to rip you off. Okay, because you don't know crap about your car, or you don't know crap about the right time when to do all this stuff. All right, have you ever guys thought about your mufflers? How does your muffler works, or if it's in a good condition, or if it's time to change your muffler? I bet you that one right there has never come up to your heads or to your thinking about, when is the right time to change the muffler, right? All right, so look, today on this video, I'm gonna give you 7 secrets about everything that I have mentioned. After this video, I'm gonna attach another video, and it's like 5 minutes, but it goes everything about what I just mentioned. On this video, you guys gonna see from a mechanic, from a real mechanic, you guys gonna hear, and he's gonna give you examples about everything that I just talked about. So stay tuned after this video for another 5 minutes. and you guys gonna be surprised, real surprised, what your mechanics or what Payboys or what Midas is telling you when you take your cars to get checked. All right, so this video is gonna help you a lot in your future. All right, and hopefully you guys take advantage of it, and you guys hopefully can pass this info to one of your friends, or if you want to share this video on your Instagram, your Facebook, so other people can learn about these secrets that mechanics don't tell you when you take your cars for a checkup. All right, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thumbs up the video. It's helping a lot on YouTube, but I need your help to thumbs up the video. Okay, you guys not gonna see this info in another channels, because everybody else out there is just reading news. Okay, anybody can read news from the internet or from a newspaper, but you're not gonna find this info in another YouTuber, and I can tell you that. Stay tuned to the video. Here we go.
We'd all be a little wiser and a lot richer if we knew some basic things about the cars we drive. Yet we rely on so-called expert mechanics to both diagnose problems with our vehicles and then to fix them. We're forced to trust, more like hope, that the mechanics we deal with are honest enough to tell us the truth about our cars. Sadly, this is rarely the case. In fact, most mechanics go out of their way to treat their customers like mushrooms, keeping them both in the dark and feeding them crap. Many mechanics know some basic truths about cars that they would never want any of us common folk to know. Instead, they prefer to deal with ignorant drivers that they can sell lies to and charge a lot of money. Fortunately, a little knowledge goes a long way. From deadly mishaps, unnecessary and extremely expensive add-ons, and snake oil products that can totally destroy your engine, there are countless secrets the employees at your local auto shop definitely don't want you to know. So here are 7 car secrets only experienced drivers know. Your car battery might not have to be replaced. Have you ever heard from your mechanic that your car battery has just died? Well, in some cases, it's a true story. Some car service centers do their best to talk you into spending your money. But the truth is, the biggest problem with the battery comes not from the battery itself, but from the wires connected to it. The spots that are connected to the battery can get damaged by corrosion. As a result, the battery can't provide your car with as much power as before. Some people fix this problem with the help of Coca-Cola. That's actually right. They pour the soda over the places where the wires are attached to the battery, and the Coke gets rid of the corrosion. You could also save on the cost of a new battery if you try to recharge the one you already have. It's often enough to make it work again. But there's also one more important thing you should know about car batteries. The longer they wait on the shelf before somebody buys them, the more they actually degrade. When you decide to get a new battery, or you have your mechanic replace the old one, ask to see its manufacturer date. You should always choose one that's less than a month old. Otherwise, you'll have to replace it much earlier than you're supposed to, in a year or even 6 months. You need to change your oil as soon as possible. You probably heard from some mechanics that you need to change the oil in your car every 3,000 miles. However, various car experts state that the earliest that you should start to worry about an oil change is after driving a minimum of 7,500 miles. Moreover, there is a professional opinion that if you change your oil every 10,000 miles, you won't actually cause any harm to the vehicle. Rather than changing the car's oil too often, just make sure that your car doesn't run out of it. Again, some mechanics may tell you that dirty oil can damage your engine, but you should remember that in modern cars, oil eventually burns off and evaporates. Thus, the cleanliness of your oil really doesn't matter that much. On the other hand, if the oil level does decrease, you should buy new oil regularly and add it in. The truth about your brake pads. You'll probably agree that no one can ignore the terrible screeching sound of car brakes. Most people get freaked out and rush to the mechanic to have their car fixed. But what they don't know is that the most likely cause of this terrible sound is rust on the brake pads. Luckily, this rust can be easily removed by brushing, scraping, or blasting it off. Some people do it themselves after watching a couple of YouTube videos. Most garages will be happy to do this for you for a modest amount of money. Sadly, not all mechanics are ready to tell you that the problem is simply rust. Often they'll inform you that you'll need a whole new set of brake pads. Be cautious, and if you have any doubts about this quote diagnosis, consult another mechanic. Brake pads don't really need to be changed until they're 90% worn. If your mechanic tells you to replace pads that are only 50% worn, don't fall for it. The thing with brakes is that people prefer to play it safe, and some mechanics use this fear to make more money. Free inspections are anything but free. Some car service centers attract clients by promising free bumper-to-bumper examinations of their vehicles. When you get such an offer from a garage, you may think, well, why not? It's free. But in reality, it could be a mistake of epic proportions. After you bring your car in for your free inspection, a mechanic will most likely discover that it has tons of problems. And coincidentally, all of them need to be fixed right away. If you fall for this trick, you could waste a fortune on unnecessary repairs. It's always better to go to a garage only when there's really something wrong with your car. Otherwise, you can end up broke. Your car might break down if you don't use these services. Some mechanics insist that your car won't work properly without certain additional services. For example, power steering or coolant flushes. But according to specialists, your car only needs these procedures every 100,000 miles. Also, don't fall for the offer of free lifetime muffler replacement. If you agree to this, you'll just end up paying more money in the long run, and you'll still have to pay for pipe repairs, which don't come cheap. The truth about rotating your tires. You go into the shop and your mechanic recommends that you have your tires rotated, and naturally you agree. After all, according to him, it will ensure that the tread on the tires wears out properly. First of all, when you collect your car after this procedure, it's almost impossible to say whether the tires have indeed been rotated. Secondly, some specialists believe that tire rotation doesn't have any influence on the speed in which your tires wear out. In any case, you could always check if your mechanic has actually rotated the tires. Before you drive to the garage, mark your tires with chalk. You could write the letters RL on the rear left tire and FR on the front right tire. After you get your car back, check where the marks are. Keep in mind that the mechanic has to rotate the tires not side to side but front to back. Your check engine light is on, therefore you must have a serious problem. Most drivers start to panic when they see that their check engine light is on, particularly if the car is new or if they're new drivers, and such a reaction can lead to a hefty bill from a mechanic. Unfortunately, most people don't know that the most widespread reason for the check engine light to come on is because your gas cap isn't fastened well enough. When your gas cap isn't fastened tightly enough, oxygen gets inside through the gas line. The solution to this problem can be as simple as giving the gas cap several extra turns with your hand. Imagine you notice a number of warnings light up on your dashboard, your check engine light, your traction control light, and your ABS light. In some cars, this could be connected to the design of your vehicle, or software issues rather than a real problem. But there are many cars that automatically turn on several lights along with the check engine light. In most cases, as soon as you figure out why your check engine light is on and fix the problem, there won't be anything else to worry about. Your car needs special additives to run better. Your mechanic may suggest that you buy additives for the engine, gas tank, or transmission. After you agree, you find out that these additives can cost you an arm and a leg. Specialists are sure that if you take care of your car regularly, you don't need to waste your money on this stuff. According to law, gasoline is already packed with different additives. You really don't need any extra additives to make your engine run better. It's also the same story with engine oil. Engine oil producers add different chemicals to make the oil last longer. They also prevent oil pollution and vaporization. The only thing that you need to do to make the process more effective is to change your car's oil regularly. Well guys, those are 7 car secrets only experienced drivers know. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you like what you see the channel, subscribe and put post notifications on. You could also follow the channel on Instagram at Modern Muscle YT. I'm Jeff from Modern Muscle, and I'll see ya next time.